Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nailah Dzakirah from Faculty of Medicine. So today I'm gonna a presentation about to make a concept-based appraisal of article. So I will take the this article with title combination of gavitinib and methotrexate to treat tubal ectopic pregnancy, a multicenter randomized double-blind placebo-controlled trial. So the first item is from title and abstract section. The first one is number 1A is identification as a randomized trial in the title. Uh, Item number 1A is um okay. Number one is a multi-century randomized double-blind placebo-controlled trial. Here the number 1A and 1B is structured summary of trial design, methods, result, and conclusion. Mm, Here, we assess the efficacy of oral gabapentin with methotrexate versus methotrexate alone to treat double ectopic pregnancy. This abstract, uh, including a background, method, result, and conclusion. And the next section is introduction, background, and objective. For number 2A, scientific background and explanation of rationale. For 2A is here. Tubal ectopic pregnancies can cause substantial morbidity or even death. And gabapentin, an epidermal growth factor receptor inhibitor, might improve the effects of methotrexate. The next 2B is specific objective or hypothesis. As to B, uh, wait. Sorry for it's not kinda not structured because I'm using my laptop, so the color of highlight is not that much. Oh, here. For 2B is here. We evaluated the efficacy and safety of combining methotrexate and gabapentin to treat double ectopic pregnancy compared with methotrexate alone. For 3, next section is methods. For 3A is description of trial design. For 3A is description of trial design is a multicenter randomized double-blind and placebo-controlled trial. For 3B, important things to methods after trial commencement, such as eligibility criteria with a reason. For 3B, in this article is not found because uh, there is no there is no change to methods because the writer is using the same methods until end. And next section is participant. For A, eligibility criteria for participant. For participant is um, wait a minute. Okay. Here, inclusion criteria were age 18 to 50 years with serum has HCG concentration of 1000 till 5000 IU per liter. And for B is settings and location where the data were collected. Data were collected in 50 UK hospital. The next section is intervention. The intervention for each group with sufficient details to allow replication, including how and when they were actually administered. For intervention, here, participants diagnosed with total ectopic pregnancy were administered a single dose of intramuscular methotrexate, 50 milligram per millimeter, and randomized 1:1 ratio to 7 days of additional oral gavitinib, 20, 215 milligram daily or placebo. Next section is outcomes. 6A completely defined specified primary and secondary outcome measures, including how and when they were assessed. Here. 6A is the primary outcomes analyzed by intention to treat with surgical intervention to resolve the ectopic pregnancy. Secondary outcomes include time to resolution of ectopic pregnancy and serious adverse events. This trial is registered at the ESR-CTN registry. And here. For 6B, any change to trial outcomes after the trial commenced with creation. In this article, I don't found any change to trial outcomes after the trial comments, so I'm not gonna including that in my presentation. The next section is sample size. 7A, how sample size was determined. Here, the sample size, 7A, a sample size of 322 participants was required to provide 90% power with an alpha error rate of 5% to detect this size of difference. Next to 7B, when applicable, explanation of any interim analyze and stopping guidelines. For 7B, in here, sorry. Here, the 7B, in analyze interim analysis of effectiveness and safety endpoints were performed on behalf of the Data Monitoring Committee on an approximately annual basis during the period of recruitment. These analyses were done were done with the use of the Hay-Beetle-Pato principle. Next, for the next section is randomization, random, randomization, sequence and generation. For 8A, it is method used to generate the random allocation sequence. Here the 8A participants were randomly assigned to receive either methotrexate and dapitinib or methotrexate and match placebo through a secure online central randomization system provided by the Birmingham Clinical Trial Unit with the use of minimation. Sorry, is 8A and 8B. The next section is allocation. Number 9 is mechanism used to implement the random allocation sequence, such as sequentially numbered containers describing any steps taken to conceal the sequence until intervention were assigned. Allocation, concealment, and mechanism. For the evaluation of this number 9, the appearance, route, and administration of the assigned intervention were identical in both groups. Participants, clinicians, and research staff were unaware of the trial group assignments throughout the trial. And number 10, implementation. Who generate the random allocation sequence, who enroll participant, and who assign participant to intervention. Number 10 is central administration central randomization system provided by the Birmingham Clinical Trials Unit with the use of minimation. And blinding. Next section is blinding. 11A. If done, who was blinded after assignment to intervention? For example, participant, care provider, those assessing outcomes and how. And 11B is if relevant description of the similarity of intervention. Or for 11A and 11B is double blind, identical capsule used for captainship and placebo. And 12, next section is statistical methods. It's just statistical methods used to compare group for primary and secondary outcomes. Now, 12B is methods for additional analysis such as subgroup analysis and adjusted analysis. So here the number 12. A mixed effects long binomial model to generate an adjusted risk ratio and an adjusted risk difference using an identity link function, including sentry as a random effects. And next, number 14 is uh, recruitment. Data defining the period of recruitment and follow-up. Um, 40A is here. Findings between November 2, 2016 and October 6, 2021. 14B. Wait a second. Next, number 40B is recruitment response and result. Recruitment was paused during the COVID-19 pandemic from March 20 to June 2020. Number 50, a table showing baseline demographic and clinical characteristics for each group. Here, the table and 16, 70, surgical intervention. Surgical. Here, surgical intervention. Here, surgical intervention occurred in 30% of 165 participants in the cavitative group and 47 here as I have to rush. And number 18, subgroup and sensitivity analysis reported. And number 19, all important harms is here. Diarrhea. Yes. Here, number 19. Diarrhea and rash were more common in the cabinet group. And number 20 till the 25. Only tested. Here, we only tested on this regimen. And 21, generalization. Sorry. Is diversity of the participant study and the general disability of the result. And interpretation, given is not clinically effective. It's not any. Yes. Profit form console. This information will be useful for counseling and work conclusion in early pregnancy guideline. And other info, item number 23 is here. ISCRTN 6779593 and protocol access number 24 is the trial protocol has been ethics. The draft protocol has been published and is available in the appendix. And the last one is 25 is source sources of funding and other supports as a supply drugs role of funders is funding here funding National Institute of Health Research. So here's my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.